Tonight, the Secretary of State's office is facing criticism. It was too quick to dismiss claims of a voter security breach, as the new video surfaces this week. In an interview you will only see here on 11 Alive, Brad Raffensperger tells our Doug Richards the investigation was stalled by local officials trying to cover it up.
The Georgia Secretary of State says his office got its first tip into the breach in Coffee County just weeks after it happened. But it took investigators months to get to the bottom of it.
When our investigators went down there, she's now the former election director, she did not provide truthful statements to us.
At that time, investigators had not seen the surveillance video of Coffee County officials allowing into the secure election office operatives connected to former Donald Trump attorney Sidney Powell, allowing them to access the county's computerized election equipment.
Did not speak truthfully, and so we were not aware of some of these components until a little bit later. Then when their new election director had been hired, that's when we found out that her passwords had been shared with an outside company.
The timeline starts in South Georgia the day after the Capitol riot in Washington in 2021, when a group of Trump supporters entered the Coffee County office and accessed software and data. The officials who let them in were fired 6 weeks later. That May, one of their replacements contacted the Secretary of State's office to raise concerns about a possible breach. In June, the Secretary of State's office seized the county's election servers. Then 10 months later, Gabriel Sterling with the Secretary of State's office said the claims of a breach had been debunked.
There was people saying, we went to Coffee County and we imaged everything. There's no evidence of any of that. It didn't happen.
But 4 months later, the GBI opened a criminal investigation. Only within the last few weeks has the video publicly surfaced.
And so the people will be prosecuted for that, is my hope.
I think the question is, did the Secretary of State's office take the Coffee County issue seriously? And if you had, wouldn't you have been able to get this information months ago?
Well, we were provided information, and now it appears to be apparent that these people were not speaking truthfully to our investigators.
If a bad actor wanted to undermine the upcoming election, wouldn't they do something exactly like they did in...
They would attempt to do that, but you have to also understand, if there's any question of what happens with a ballot marking device, you'll see it immediately.
Raffensperger says that voters checking their printouts after they vote on the Dominion voting machines can double check whether there was a security breach on their particular ballot. Raffensperger says he is unwilling to go to hand-marked paper ballots this fall. At the Capitol, Doug Richards, 11 Alive News.